Nordic Natural Remy, Indian Temple Remy, Brazilian Natural Bombshell, Natural Indian Temple Remy. Nordic Natural Remy, Indian Temple Remy, Brazilian Natural Bombshell, Natural Indian Temple Remy.
Hi, I'm Janelle Seeley Smith, and today I'm going to show you how to color Brazilian bundle hair by Janet Collection. Now, have you ever went to buy colored hair and realized that you could barely match the already colored packed hair to your own colored hair? Well, I'm going to show you how to dye using the same products you would use on your own hair to make sure that you have a consistency that will blend in and make it the most natural hair extension that you ever had. What we're going to use today is Soy 4-Plex by Clairol. This is actually 10G, which is like a light golden blonde. I'm going to actually use 2 bottles of it. Each bottle is 2 ounces. Down to the last drop. So altogether, this will be 4 ounces of color. Now, in order for this to be activated, you definitely have to use peroxide. So I'm going to use also Soy 4-Plex 40 volume peroxide. And the reason why I choose to use 40 volume is because it's going to help boost the color quicker. So I'm going to apply 4 ounces of 40 volume, which will give me a complete 8 ounces of color. I'm at the 8 ounce mark. Now, I know sometimes you're at home trying to color your own hair, and after you mix, you're shaking it up and up and up. No, don't do that. All you need to do is turn the bottle upside down a few times, just so it could have an even distribution. If you continue to shake it really quick, you'll actually kill the processing time. This dye will only be alive for about 25 to 27 minutes. What we're gonna do now is wet this hair, and then we're gonna apply. All right, so now that we shampooed the hair and we just wet it a little bit, the good thing about this is it opens up the cuticle so that it could be able to absorb the product. Not only that, you'll end up using a lot less product, which is great for your pockets. All right. I'm gonna now squeeze the product onto the hair. And I'm going to use the paddle brush to apply. Unlike the bleaching process, this process will definitely take a lot longer. And when I say a lot, I'm talking about 25 minutes to 27 minutes. You will not see quick change. Don't be alarmed. Just leave it and let it sit. Make sure and apply, cover every strand of hair that you want to color. We're going to take this up to maybe a medium brown or dark brown. Beautiful. We'll let it sit and we'll come back. Stay tuned.
So Janelle, how does the hair feel?
It feels awesome. Do you see how it colored so beautifully?
Do you think this is gonna shed or anything like that?
No, not at all. The great thing about this, it'll have minor shedding, not shedding like you would get with the inferior product. So now that we shampooed it and we rinsed out all of the bleach, we're about to apply a semi-permanent color. Cedar Red Brown by Kiss. Again, I'm going to rest the hair inside and I'm going to pour it all over.
The great thing about this hair is that you can customize any color.
Yep.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah, it's awesome. And this is the thing that we always want. We want our hair to match our natural hair. Now what you can do is not only apply to the ombre color, you could apply the same semi-permanent color throughout the entire hair strand. This way it could have the same tone. You'll see by the finished product exactly what I'm talking about. And now I'm going to use my hands to just make sure the color is throughout it. Running my fingers through it to make sure it's evenly distributed. And I'll put it to sit.
Does this hair need any heat processing?
You could if you want to. Depending on the time that you color it, you could either leave it to sit for a processing time. Now this time, because it's a semi-permanent we're filling in with, you don't have to wash it out within 25-30 minutes. Even though the color might have taken by then, you could let it sit for an hour, 2 hours, overnight. It's totally up to you. It's not gonna harm the hair. It's just a filler. All right. We'll let this sit and we'll be back after we shampoo it again. With one shampoo, we'll rinse out the semi-permanent color. Then we're going to condition it with our intense moisture. And after that, we'll add just a little bit of leave-in treatment, put it to dry, and we'll show you the final product. You ready for that?
Sure am.
Excited. So we're back. Do you see how beautiful this color came out?
Awesome.
And you could notice that the hue of the hair has a consistent red tone. Even though this is the darker area, it still has a reddish tone to it, and completed at the ends. It's amazing. I love coloring, custom coloring. It's just a way of expressing your color in the latest trends and fashions. Now what you may have noticed is the curl pattern did loosen a little bit. But if you wanted to make sure and keep the curl pattern, you could definitely apply rods again while the hair is wet. Apply the rod. After you do that, you can steam it or put it to dry, and you'll have the curl pattern that you desire. See, when lightening hair, it'll always loosen its curl pattern. That will happen with the hair that you were born with and the hair that you bought.
Sure.
Do you love it?
Yes, I do.
It's amazing. Not only that, we can achieve any color that we want. We could do the pale colors like you were talking about earlier. We could do different shades of red. We could do purples. We could do yellow. We could do orange. We could also do all the levels, which means lightest blonde.
12.
That's number 12. And we could come all the way down to medium brown, dark brown, light blonde, medium blonde, all the different shades. And that all depends on your processing time. So stay tuned as we apply this hair to our beautiful model who's been featured on all the hair packages, Lauren. You'll love how it looks.
Me estoy enamorado. No puedo imaginar vivir sin ti. No quiero vivir sola sin ti. Alegría es lo que siento adentro de mí. Juntos podemos servir. Lo veo que es verdad. Sonreír. Tú eres la lámpara que ilumina mi camino. Tú eres la luz que alumbra mi destino. Alegrías nunca siento
First, we're gonna start off by shampooing the hair. What I'm gonna use is peppermint clarifying shampoo in order for me to just remove any type of film on it, any buildup from being in the package. Now that it's wet, we're going to start to mix the product. The first coloring technique I'm gonna use today is bleaching. I'm gonna put my gloves on first. And we're gonna mix the bleach. Now, a lot of clients when they hear bleach, they're so afraid of using it on their own hair, which is true. Sometimes bleaching could be harmful to your natural hair. But when it's concerning hair extensions, it's the greatest way of coloring hair because you can achieve levels from 1 all the way up to 12. The bleaching powder has scoops. What I suggest is mix 2 or 3 scoops first. I'm gonna mix 3. Along with 40 volume peroxide. Using my tinting brush. So we're gonna continue to mix it until it has a creamy, like pudding consistency. Can you see it? Great. Now, one of the hottest color trends that are going on today is the ombre color. So what I'll do is show you how to do an ombre. What we're gonna make sure and do is just dip the hair in like this and just brush the color on. Some people find it easier to put a rubber band. Sometimes I don't like to do that because I don't want a harsh line. I kind of want to brush a gradual tone from roots to tip. So today we're using Clairol products, right, Monique? So now sometimes we choose to use other colors like kaleidoscopes. They have different companies that can help you go and achieve another color, right? Or a lighter shade, I should say. And then also we use semi-permanents. We like to use Kiss colors for our semi-permanents and sometimes Adore. What are some of the hot trending colors that our clients like now?
Lavenders, a lot of pale colors, muted colors, pinks, purple, just about anything goes.
Yeah, and ombre, such as you see with my own hair, I'm wearing red right now with the orange tips. And ombre can be used in any fashion. It doesn't have to be 1B to 30 or 1B to red. It could be anything you want it to be. That's the great thing about color. You can have fun with it. It's trending. Monique, you can see how the color's already lifted, right? See how the color's already changing. This is how you know that your hair is unprocessed. If this was already previously dyed in the factory or in the company, you would have not been able to lift the hair color. Now what I'm gonna do is gradually go up just a little bit so that we can have a nice fade. Make sure and open the hair though, in the bottom. Make sure and open the hair in the bowl to make sure you have every strand of hair. You don't want to have dark streaks in between your blonde hair. While this is processing, we're going to talk a little bit about treating the hair. After you color treat, you would like to definitely shampoo it out with a neutralizing shampoo. After that, you can follow it through with a clarifying shampoo such as a peppermint shampoo by Jazz. After you shampoo it out, now you want to definitely